Again, I'd like to thank the Department of Health officials who spent essentially 2 days with us. Thank you so much for addressing many, if not most, of our concerns.
Okay.
And Mr. Speaker, having no more members of the minority.
Mr.
Mr. Speaker, we join the minority in their motion to terminate the period of the So move, Mr. Speaker.
The joint motion to terminate interpretation of the proposed budget of the Department of Health. Is there any objection? The chair
Mr. Speaker, have a
hereby
motion ruling,
Let me
please.
question the
interpolations on the proposed budget of the Department of Health is hereby
Let me
terminated.
question the forum, Mr.
Mr.
Speaker.
Speaker.
Suspended.
Mr. Speaker. Dali lang.
Session is resumed. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I now move that we recognize the Honorable Minority Leader, the Honorable Nonoy Libanan, for his turno in contra.
The Honorable Minority Leader is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I move for a few minutes suspension.
Session is suspended.
Woman Ko, Congresswoman Kimbo, Congresswoman Garin, for following up on this very important universal healthcare policy. So thank you so much. And just short question, in line with that, because the DOH has already essentially clarified that poor patients in charity beds or ward beds in government hospitals should have no copay and they should not have out-of-pocket. May I ask the sponsor, DOH and Philheath, because it's now policy and because DILG has a seal of good local governance, one of their matrix is health. May I request or get a comment from Philheath and DOH that maybe our advocacy of helping poor patients, no copay, no out-of-pocket, which was clarified by this memorandum, shouldn't this be now at least discussed with DILG, with Philheath and DOH, to be considered in that seal of good local governance as part of the health matrix for our LGUs?
Yes, that's an excellent idea, Mr. Speaker, our dear colleague. The Philheath and the DOH agrees.
Okay, thank you. I'm satisfied just as long as the sponsor follows up with Philheath DOH. I think there will be substantial improvement in terms of helping our poor patients. Second, in the budget hearing, there were many doctors complaining about when the doctors get accredited by Philheath, they were before required to pay 3 years advance membership fee, sometimes 1 year membership fee advance. They clarified to me that there's now a circular saying that when doctors get accredited, they can now just pay 1 month membership fee, just like all other Philheath members. Is that correct, Mr. Speaker?
That's correct, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. And I thank Philheath for helping our doctors on this particular issue because there were many doctors who were complaining. The other one is, in the accreditation process, doctors are accredited by Philheath, but actually these doctors are also accredited by the hospital. So there's a potential streamlining to make it, we have an ARTA law, we're supposed to be implementing streamlining processes, ease of doing business. So my okay, Mr. Speaker, may I move to suspend just a few minutes?
Mr. Speaker, with the due indulgence of our distinguished Senior Deputy Minority Leader, I believe we're running out of time, and may we request him to proceed with his interpellation.
Congressman Daza, please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Good evening again. As I was saying, doctors are complaining about the red tape in terms of Philheath accreditation. I thank again the sponsors for encouraging dialogue with Philheath, and we did that. No less than the Secretary of DOH supports streamlining. He's also an anti-red tape person. So I wanted to ask the sponsor, because doctors are already PRC licensed, they have certification from their specialties, they get accredited by the hospitals. So may I request from the sponsor a response or a commitment on how Philheath can streamline the accreditation process for doctors?
Mr. Speaker, the accreditation process for professionals is already on the way or into streamlining. So there will okay. So yes, it's in the process of streamlining already.
Thank you so much to my esteemed colleague, the Honorable Co, for that assurance. I think all our doctors in this country will be very happy with that development. And on the issue on utilization of Philheath funds, there was some discussion about increasing case rates, we said 30% but 50%, to increase utilization for the poor patients in the wards. What we call, as clarified in the memorandum issued by Secretary Herbosa, why not increase case rates for poor patients so there will be now more funds for all hospitals for medicines, X-ray and other ancillary services? Because I was told there were already discussions before at the Philheath level to do that. May we get a response from the sponsor on the possibility of increasing case rates to increase utilization, specifically for the poor patients who are eligible under the Universal Healthcare Law on no copay, no balance billing, no out-of-pocket?
Mr. Speaker, the increase in the case rates will include the level 1 infirmaries. So, which also includes the benefits of Philheath, more or less po across the board.
Okay. Baby steps, that would be an improvement already. But if the Philheath will consider that previous proposal about maybe prioritize the increase of case rates for the NBB patients, for the poor patients in the ward beds. Because there were already discussions in the past regarding that, and I was wondering if that's still on the table and if that's something Philheath can include in their agenda.
Yes.
But thank you for the response earlier. I think that's already a big improvement. But this is specifically for the poor patients, as I mentioned earlier.
Yes, Mr. Speaker. But yes, the answer to that, to your query, is included.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Again, I'd like to commend the sponsors for your patience. I know sometimes the debates, the exchanges get heated, and we appreciate your understanding and patience with the members of the minority, because I know sometimes we all get emotional. And I appreciate what the Vice Chair and the Chairman have done to make sure our concerns and issues are addressed. Thank you so much to our Vice Chairs and to the other sponsors, Mr. Speaker. Again, I'd like to thank the Department of Health officials who spent essentially 2 days with us. Thank you so much for addressing many, if not most, of our concerns.
Okay.
And Mr. Speaker, having no more members of the minority.
Mr. Speaker, we join the minority in their motion to terminate the period of the parliamentary. So move, Mr. Speaker.
Joint motion to terminate interpretation of the proposed budget of the Department of Health. Is there any objection? The chair
Mr. Speaker, I have a
hears
motion ruling,
Let me
please.
question the
interpellations on the proposed budget of the Department of Health is hereby
Let me
terminated.
question the quorum, Mr.
Mr.
Speaker.
Speaker.
Suspended.
Mr. Speaker.
Session is resumed. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I now move that we recognize the Honorable Minority Leader, the Honorable Nonoy Libanan, for his turno in contra.
The Honorable Minority Leader is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I move for a few minutes suspension.
Session is suspended.